Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome. Thank you all so much for being here. My name is Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C, where we fight for your American dream. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome to another episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live. Today I want to talk about, hey, what would happen if Trump actually wins in 2024? The debate just happened last week. I think this is on people's minds, and so I wanted to revisit this conversation. Like, how would immigration law be affected if Trump were to win? I've got 7 points or so of what I see happening if he were to actually win. So welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Remember that the Empowered Immigrant Live is here to train, teach, inspire, and empower immigrants to make the most out of immigration law and to make the most out of their lives. All right? So today our theme is what would happen to immigration if Trump were to win in this upcoming election. And many people already have a sense for this, but I want to walk people through my perspective on it. Okay? And my question, as always, is, hey, do you want to apply for something? Do you want to at least see what your options are? Do you want to do something about your immigration situation? Because if so, go for it. I'd love to help you with it. My firm is on a mission to win 10,000 immigration cases in the next 10 years. We would love for your case to be one of them. And so, want to share that. We're here to help. We'd love to help. Okay? So the basics as we talk about Trump and immigration. The Trump-Biden debate happened, I think it was last Thursday, right? And, Democrats are kind of panicking after seeing just how poorly Joe Biden did in his debate. And, honestly, you watch it and it's like Trump didn't do much better, folks, right? He was completely lying and spreading false information, and he's just offensive, all right? And every day, Trump is in the news, and we know he's dominating the Republican Party. He's going to lead that ticket. We also know that he's anti-immigrant, right? And so I want to talk about what his reelection might mean for immigrants if he were reelected, and so I want to go through that. Sorry, right? Sorry in advance. It's not a happy topic. So anyway, there we are. So, yes, Trump is anti-immigrant, all right? Yes, his first presidency, according to the Migration Policy Institute, made a total of 472 negative changes to immigration law, all right? Yes, he ran on a campaign to deport millions of people, to build a wall between the U.S. and Mexico, to reduce legal immigration to the U.S. Practically speaking, just honestly, from my perspective as an immigration lawyer, the first Trump administration made it horrible to be an immigration lawyer, made it frightening for our clients to be an immigrant in the U.S., and each case became more challenging than necessary. Cases were rejected for no lawful reason. Cases were put into deportation proceedings when later it was found not necessary. I saw people who were deported in the first Trump administration who under other administrations simply would not have been deported. And so that's just the reality, okay? And so going through my list, like what would his administration do if it wins? There's a lot of talk out there. There's a lot of excuse me, my throat is sore. So I got my tea by me, just in case I need to drink it every once in a while. I'm recovering from a bit of a cold, so sorry about that, but I'm still happy to be here with you right here, right now, today, live. So welcome, and thank you all so much for being here. So what would Trump's administration do if it were to win in November? Well, first of all, they're going to be more organized than they were last time. All right, there were a lot of things that they didn't do correctly last time, which enabled us to challenge a lot of the things that they were trying to pass through. Okay, and so the other thing you got to know, so one, they're going to be more organized. Two, they're not gonna, well, hopefully at least, they're not gonna have their uh, policies be impaired by another pandemic. Because remember, in the first Trump administration, the pandemic hit, and that kind of made the administration need to pivot a little bit. They still did a ton of anti-immigrant things. Um, I'm sorry. Uh, my throat is not happy. I'm sorry about that. So, what I was saying is that a new Trump administration would not be hindered, in theory, by a new pandemic. Of course, there'll be some other thing, some other news, I'm sure, that'll happen to be an excuse or whatever. Um, but anyway, that's where that is. So here's my best guess. All right, here's my best guess, my 7 points. And there's a lot of other uh, rhetoric garbage that's being proposed out there. But these are my 7 points of my best guess of what we would actually see if Trump were to win the ballot in November. You ready for them? All right, you ready for them? All right, first, he would remove the PD memos that are currently in place. All right, no more prosecutorial discretion. All right, that means that he would change the priority guidelines that ICE uses, and he would empower ICE, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, to just pursue the deportation of everybody who is quote unquote deportable under the law. Meaning, even if you're undocumented, even though you've been here for years and years and years, you will still very likely be a quote unquote priority for ICE. So if you become on their radar, likely you'd have to fight that case. All right. Thing number 2 is he would seek to reduce the number of green cards and visas that are approved each year. Okay. He has said that, he wants to reduce the number of lawful immigration entering the U.S. Number 3, he wants to implement and start using E-Verify, which is basically it requires confirmation of an employee's valid immigration status and valid social security number in order to work. Okay? And so that makes it difficult for everybody, all the 11 million people who are in the country undocumented. Number 4, he will continue to, we've seen this nonstop, right? He will continue to blow things way out of proportion in the press, spread misinformation, including misinformation about immigrants. All right. And you saw it in the debate if you watched it, but just misinformation. It's just like, gosh, he's so, my word is stupid, right? It's just, I think he's doing it with a purpose, with intention. So maybe stupid is not the right adjective, but twisted and messed up and false and fake, right? And I don't think he gets it in terms of how important immigrants are to our society. That's pretty clear. Number 5 thing that he would do is he'll do whatever he can to reduce asylum seekers. He doesn't like asylum, all right? And so you saw it in the first administration where he would separate families at the border. There was a lawsuit about it. He created the Remain in Mexico program to reduce asylum seekers coming in. He'll attack asylum law in every way that he can. Okay? Number 6, they'll create more travel bans. And those who remember, in 2017, he created the Muslim travel ban, quote unquote, in the name of national security, quote unquote. We can anticipate more travel bans. And finally, number 7 on my list, he'll put pressure to deport more people, all right? His administration will put pressure on immigration judges to have more hearings, decide more cases, deport more people, which arguably is a violation of a person's right to due process, all right? And so that's like a constitutional violation, and a constitutional challenge waiting to happen if he were to do that. But he will try to do that. Okay. Now he's said a bunch of other stuff, taking away birthright citizenship. He's said a bunch of other stuff, which for me, it's all garbage, like literally garbage. It would require congressional action. The president himself cannot do those things, right? And so, and that particular thing would require an amendment to the United States Constitution. Like, that's a big deal. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's garbage. I think it's just politics. Anyway, so what's the conclusion of all of this? All right. First of all, if you're a U.S. citizen and if you're listening to me right now, or if you know people who are voting, right, just know that each vote matters. This year's election is going to be divisive. All right. But the truth is if you care about immigrants, if you value travel, if you value the freedom to move where you want to move and go where you want to go and work where you want to work and live where you want to live, and you value the right to be free, then it's like, be really cautious about who you vote for this November. Okay? And if you're not a U.S. citizen, of course, you can't vote. Don't do that. That's a deportability issue. Don't do that. But you can, you can be mindful, you can be cautious, you can take what steps you can take to maximize your chances of fixing your immigration status for the future, right? It's like if you're eligible for an immigration benefit, a visa, a green card, asylum, seriously, there's no better time than the present, all right? You want to do it, you want to get it won before any law could change, right? If you're eligible for a legal benefit, do it before the law changes against you. And if you're not sure if you're eligible or not for a legal benefit, then that's what consultations are about. Okay? So I just wanted to share that. If anybody has any questions, please submit them. I'll do my best, right? Do my best to answer that. Christopher Carbajal, I see you there. Hello, thank you. Isra 4K, I see you there on TikTok, and Leo Corona 778, I see you there on TikTok, and Joel Cinto, hello, on Instagram, I see you there. Everybody, wherever you're tuning in from, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, thank you so much for being here. My name's Otis Landerholm, all right? I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration A.P.C., where we fight for your American dream. If you've got questions, feel free to submit them. I'll do my best. I'm a little bit recovering from a cold here right now. And so as you're submitting that stuff, what I'll do is I'll share my empowerment tip. All right? My empowerment tip is going to fly in the face of everything I've just said to you right here, right now. Okay? Are you ready for it? Because I want to empower you. All right? Here's my tip. My tip, and this might be controversial, but whatever. My tip is turn off the news. All right? My tip is turn off the social media. You're watching me right now? Turn me off. Okay? Why? I want you, if you want to be empowered, focus on things that you can actually control. All this Trump stuff, what's going to happen in November, what's going to happen in the future? No. Focus on things you can actually control today. All right? This is the opposite of our whole presentation today, which feels doom and gloom, right? It feels like frustrating, right? Because we don't know what's going to happen. It causes anxiety. Well, anxiety is a disempowering emotion, and I want you to be empowered. That's what the Empowered Immigrant Live is all about. Look, even if Trump wins, I'm going to be here fighting for the rights of my clients. I'm going to be here doing as good a job as I can. I'm going to persist. I'm going to keep pushing my views forward. I believe that immigrants are awesome. I believe immigrants are an enormous contribution to our society. I'm going to keep sharing that message. All right? It's like ultimately it doesn't matter who wins the presidency for what I believe. It doesn't matter who wins the presidency or who wins any election. Ultimately, I know in my heart, in my soul, that immigrants are awesome people. Why? Because I meet with them every single day, right here in my office. All right? I work with them every single day. I fight those fights. And I'm going to continue to do that. All right? And I want to empower you to continue to live your life, continue to be you, continue to like grow and expand and like go for whatever goals you have. All right? Because I want to push our country. I want to push our country to expand its mindset until the whole country recognizes once and for all that immigrants are awesome. That's it. That's it. And so it's like, you know, screw it, right? It's like, who cares? Focus on what you can take control over. And if you can take control today over your immigration situation and apply for something that can improve the quality of your life, take that action because you can focus on that. You can do that. You can move your life forward. You could do it right now. All right? And if it's not related to immigration law, and if it's related to something else, I don't know, maybe you could work on take one action to improve your financial situation today in some way. Maybe you could take one action that could improve your relationships in some way, or your mental health in some way, or maybe just your physical well-being in some way today. Like, focus on where you're at, what area of your life needs improvement, and take action on that. Turn the news off and make your life better. And that's my message. That's my empowerment tip for today. I hope that's useful. I hope it's helpful. I really appreciate each and every one of you being here with me today. Sorry, I got a little bit of a cold, but that's life. Sometimes there's ups and downs in life, aren't there? Anyway, it happens. Keep persisting. All right, persist through it. Take action through it. It creates the success you want in your life. All right, I see some questions. So Lamara, I see your question. How long does a BIA appeal take? It goes up and down. I'd anticipate about a year for a BIA appeal. Now, I've seen BIA appeals take 3 years. I've seen them take 6 months. And so it depends on how complex the arguments are inside of your appeal. If you're at the appeal stage, what you want to do is you want to maximize your chances of success on that appeal, and that is like all legal research and writing. And so I hope you're working with a lawyer, hope they're good, and hope they really go into the research about like how to argue every reason possible that the immigration judge made a mistake when they denied your case. All right, that's the way to do a BIA appeal. All right. So I see you all there. Thank you all so much for being here. Whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, TikTok, thank you all so much. It means a lot to me to have you here with me here today. If my office can help you in any way, feel free to reach out. Feel free to give us a call. We're here to help. We'd love to help. Okay? And that's it. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this episode in Spanish. I'm really sorry for that. I can just feel my throat is not doing very well. And so I'm gonna maybe what I can do is I can record this episode in Spanish later when I'm feeling a little bit better. So and hey, if you still have a question about Trump, about the law, about anything, please feel free to still send it to us, text it to us, whatever. My team will see that. I can answer those questions at a later time. The best way to see those is to go to our channel in YouTube. All right, go to YouTube, type in Landerholm Immigration. All right, and then when you're on our YouTube channel, hit the subscribe button and click that bell to be notified when we upload additional videos with updates and news and things of that nature. And as always, if you have an immigration case, right? If you have an immigration case and if you need help in any way with your immigration situation, hey, please give us a call. We're here to help. We would love to help. All right? That's all I got for today, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for being here. My name's Otis Landerholm. I'm the founding attorney here at Landerholm Immigration, A.P.C., where we fight for your American dream. And we'll see you next time on our next episode of the Empowered Immigrant Live.